Today, we're going to focus on part 3 of Finding Your Purpose, where we tie it all together. In week 1, we talked about identity and how to uncover your core identity, your core traits. In part 2, we looked at visioning and what are the possibilities. What brings you great joy? What is important to you? And then today we're going to draw that red thread through both of those and see what options come up for us. I'm Rhonda Hodnett. I'm a licensed clinical social worker, and I work with people who are in this midlife plus stage and who are going through major life transitions that are so common at this phase of life. I help them to navigate those transitions and to incorporate small, realistic, and sustainable strategies into their everyday lives that impact not only how long they live, but how long they live well. And so purpose is one of those 6 areas that we focus on. And it's not enough to just identify what you believe your purpose may be in life. But the real challenge is figuring out how to live it, how to incorporate it into your life and make it part of your life. And so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to use myself as an example because I revised my purpose not very long ago when I retired. And so this process is relatively recent for me as well. And so I'm going to use myself as the example here. So when I looked at core traits, what are the things that come easier for me than they might for other people? What are the things that people tell me that I'm really good at or that they admire about my personality, my character? And so the things that came up for me is that I am at my core, I am a social worker, I am a Catholic Christian, I am a wife and mother, I am a visionary, I am an optimistic person. I am one who sees the glass half full. And my friends tell me that I have a gift to be able to inspire as well. And so I listed all of those traits as things that I thought I could build upon and things that were really central to who I am as a person. And I wanted to make sure that whatever I do is aligned with those things. And then the second thing I looked at was what are the things that are really important to me? What brings me joy? What brings meaning to my life? And so those things somewhat overlap, right? So my faith brings joy and meaning to my life. My family, lifelong learning. I've probably been in school longer than most anyone I know. I am still in school today when I think about the classes that I'm taking now. So learning, having this idea of continuous growth just brings me a lot of joy. And it's something that's very important to me. My health and wellness is also something that's really important to me, particularly at this age and stage of life. And how can I optimize the life that God has blessed me with every day? What's important to me is feeling like I am taking full advantage of every gift I have, every opportunity I have. I want to really optimize the possibilities and not be limited by time or money, not allow that to constrain my thinking about what is possible. And so with that in front of me, I started drawing that red thread, trying to think, what are the things that are unique about my circumstances now that I want to make sure I account for, and or things that are in line with my core identity and the things that are important to me. So what is unique for me now is that flexibility is very important to me now. For 30 plus years, I worked in a highly stressful environment where I worked, 60, 70 hours a week. The last 10 plus years, I was on call 24/7. And so I know that at this stage of my life, I want flexibility and I want to be able to set my own schedule. So I have no doubt that those years that I devoted to working with children and families was my purpose at that time. I do believe that with my whole heart and soul that that was my purpose. And I also believe that God helped me to close that door and open a new one. And so that is what I'm walking through now. So I knew that flexibility was important to me and I wanted to be able to control my own schedule. So how could I continue to do the work that I believed God put me here to do, have meaning in retirement? I could not imagine just a retired life of aimlessly vacationing or, even just simple hobbies. For me, I need to feel like I am contributing. I am helping in some way, and I am making this world a little bit better place. And so as I drew that, I felt like coaching really aligned perfectly with everything. I wanted a more optimistic environment instead of working in a very draining, traumatic environment every day. I wanted to be in one where I was fueled, where it gave me energy, where I could be optimistic about the outcomes. And this certainly aligned with that. I know that I wanted to be in an environment where my own health and wellness could be a priority. And so getting to work on that every single day brings me a lot of joy. I knew that I wanted something that allowed me to continually grow and expand. And boy, has this ever done that. The clinical piece comes easy for me, but running a business and learning the social marketing and all of the other pieces that go with it has been a really big learning curve. And so it gives me lots of opportunity to keep growing as a person, as a professional, and using the skills, experience, and education that I already have. And so it seemed like the red thread led me to opening my own private practice in the coaching field. And I really felt called to work with people who are in this midlife stage and going through major transitions, and it happening at the same time that the aging process is starting to take a toll too. I experienced that in such a strong way. It was such a wake-up call for me. And I know that I can help others to navigate that time and come out on the other side with a lot of meaning and focus and purpose in their life. And so here I am today. I could not be happier in the decisions I made to pursue this path. And it really is a result of doing this exercise and trying to figure out how do I tie it all together to create a path in front of me. So I hope this was helpful to show you the process and exactly how it can work. And of course, if you would like any help doing it and going over your core traits and identity, visioning with you the things that are important and the things that would bring you joy, and then figuring out how do you make those things work together and create a reality. And I'd love to help you do that. So you can always go over to my website and book a call, and we'll talk about how to make that happen for you. Have a great one.